And first of all, what Lindsay was talking about, how I think these hearings are very interesting. I think they're also very important. And I would just talk to my Democrat colleagues. I think there's an awful lot of areas of potential agreement here on this particular issue. I'm not so sure that it's the accumulation of wealth that's the main problem here. I think it's the accumulation of power. I think Lindsay was kind of referring to that with its monopolistic power. When I went to Eastern Europe, and I know Senator Whitehouse, you've been to the Munich conference. When you go to Eastern Europe, they always talk about the corruption of the media oligarchs. Well, we have something similar here as well. So you can measure the income disparity, but you can measure asset disparity. I don't have the big charts like Senator Toomey, but here's one way to look at income disparity, and I'll do it for the cameras. This is just simply the 5 quintiles, income earners broken up in 20% increments. And you can see when you're just looking at income, it's a 26 times difference between the lowest quintile and the upper quintile. But it completely changes when you take away taxes from the upper quintile and you add benefits to the lower quintile, and then it's only 3 times differential. So we can all talk about statistics. We can all use them to, I guess, support our arguments. But what I would argue, or what I'd like to say, is let's kind of get together on this. I think we do recognize that there is a problem, and we have to diagnose what caused it. And I see Senator Kane is back here. I've been talking to him a little bit about, in the past, even with the Republican tax plan. I was not a big fan of it, quite honestly. I voted for it because I think we did need to make our tax system more competitive. But at the time, I was promoting something that I thought would be a better approach, which is tax simplification and tax rationalization. I mean, to me, income is income. The fact that we have so many different types of income that we just arbitrarily assign different tax rates distorts economic activity. I think one of the reasons you see this asset bubble is we've created so many incentives for C corporations to retain earnings. So they don't flow out to their shareholders. They're not efficiently reallocated in through our economy. So one of the things I was proposing is what I would call the true Warren Buffett tax. 95% of American businesses are pass-through entities. The income is taxed at the individual level at individual rates. So why not do it to 100% of corporations? Tax all corporate income at the individual level at individual rates. Income's income. We've worked out all the complications. It's actually quite easy to do. I know it's a departure, but I would love to work with my colleagues across the aisle and my Republican colleagues as well to rationalize and simplify our tax system. Capital gains. The reason we have a lower capital gains rates makes some sense because you don't want to tax mere inflationary gains. But from my standpoint, the better way of doing it is call income income, tax at the same rate, but remove the inflationary gain by indexing the asset. Again, simplify, rationalize the tax system. I don't like social or economic engineering through the tax code. We need to simplify it. We need to rationalize it. And I guess I just want to ask Mr. Winship, first of all, no, let me go to Professor Wright first. Do you disagree with this chart where I'm showing, income without taking into account income taxes and benefits, 26 time differential, but when you add in income taxes or deduct income taxes and add benefits, which, by the way, according to Phil Graham, $45,000 average benefits from different welfare programs, tax credits to the lowest 20% in 2020 alone. Real disposable income went up 5.5%. Total savings up $1.6 trillion. Our economy is going to take off with all the pent-up demand. But do you dispute this, Professor Wright?
Senator, no, I think that undoubtedly, when you add in taxes and transfers, inequality of income becomes far less dramatic. And that's an argument, I assume, for more taxes and more transfers. But also, let me just stress that wealth inequality is not really touched by that. And one of the biggest problems we have in this country in terms of everything from political influence to the distortions that occur when great wealth is transferred from family to family, from generation to generation, has to do with wealth inequality and not only income inequality.
Thank you, Secretary Reich. It's Senator Kane's time now.
Thank you, Chair and fellow colleagues. And Senator Johnson, the income is something I really believe in too, so there may be some profitable discussions there.